I want us to cut out our lace. We'll be cutting out 2x4. If you pay attention attentively on this 2x4 cutting, then you'll be able to use this method to cut out your 4x4, 6x6, 2x6 and the likes. So let's get started. Okay, there are some things you need to note when you are cutting out your nets. Some things you need to know. There are some terms to use. When you know this, it will be easier for you. When you see this, we have width, we have length. We have width, we have length. This is the width from here to here. That's from your ear to ear. If you're doing 13x4, from your ear to ear is the width. If you're doing 2x4, the one in your forehead, the measurement that will be in your forehead is the width. I'm just using forehead so you will understand. But just know that from here to here is width. Like from here to here is width. Then from front to back is the length. If you understand this now, it's going to help you a lot. Then when you hear someone say, please, can you help me ventilate 2x2, 2x4? Just know that it is from here to here 2, from here to here is 4. The first number you hear is the width. That's the first number you hear. If someone say 2x2, is 2x2. If someone say 2x4, is 2x4. If someone say 2x6, is 2x6. If someone say 4x2, is 4x2. I'm using this 4x2 now so that you can understand what I am saying. So let's do the measurements with our tape. I don't know, for those of you that have not used tape before or can't calculate tape, here this is 1 inch, this is 2 inch, this is 3 inch. This tape is by 60. The tape is by 60, so you count from 1 to 60. That's the length of this tape. Then all this long line you're seeing here, you used it to calculate the inches you want to measure. Then these are the half inch. This is half inch. All these ones, this one here is half inch. It can be calculated as 0.5. So now on this video, you're going to measure 2x4 lace net. That's what we're going to measure. Don't mind my net like this. It's what I measured. I did some work for some persons, so I'll also show you this here. And we're going to measure out 2x4. But let me tell you this. Anytime you're measuring, if you're measuring 2x4 or any net at all you're measuring, always allow 0.5 inch at the edge of every of it for customer to sew. 0.5. This is it. With this now, customer you can use it for folding or for sewing. You can use it for folding or for sewing, whichever one you want to do with it. Like now, you're going to measure 2 inches in the front, but we're not going to measure those 2 inches. You're going to measure 3 inches because of what I just said, the 0.5. There'll be 0.5 here and there'll be 0.5 here, so you can be able to fold. Then in the front, there's always a leftover in the front of every wig you buy, like a new frontal, a new lace closure you buy. There's always a leftover in the front. I always leave it as 1 inch, just not to waste my net. I always leave it as 1 inch. You can decide to leave it leave 2 inch for it, depending on how generous you are with your net. Okay, so then behind, that's the one that you sew here, you can leave 0.5. that is half an inch there for folding. Just what you do here is what you do behind. Or in the front, you can decide to leave that one, or you decide not to leave it. Okay, I'm going to also show you the front of that in the I'll try and show you so you understand it. So now this is 3 inch. Remember why you were measuring 3 inch? We're measuring 3 inch because of our folding. That is 0.5 for folding, 0.5 for folding. I hope this is very clear. Okay, so you're going to measure out 3 inch. Okay, sorry, I misplaced my metallic pen. So you're going to go like this. You understand? So let me just give it a mark, because I think I was still need to explain some things. Yeah. So for the length, you're going to measure out 5.5 inches. Remember why I said you're going to measure, why you're measuring out 5.5? This half is for folding. Then the 1 inch here is for that left over in the front. I said you can decide not to put it, you can decide to put it, but if you're selling, I will advise you put it so that it will look a bit more professional. You can put 2 inch if you wish, but since it is closure, I always put 1 inch, not to waste my net, because last they will still cut out the net and throw it away. So this is it. Anyway, it's good for you to put it. The reason why I said it's good for you to put this, you can't just go blunt cut the nets. You don't know the style the person wishes to do on the nets, you get. So just allow the person do whatever they wish with the leftover. But I know there's nothing the person will be doing that the person can do with more than 1 inch. So I always leave 1 inch. You can leave 2. You can even leave the whole of your nets if you wish. Don't mind me. Okay. I said we're going for 5.5 inch. So I'm going to just map it out. Yeah, you can see I've mapped it out, and you can see here too. So I'm going to cut it. Okay, this is it. This is our net. So if you're going to ventilate this net, remember I later cut out about 6 inch. You get, you can do anything you want to do with it, but then this is 1 inch. I told you we're going to be using for the front. Then from here, this is where you're going to ventilate. You measure it from here to here is your ventilating. Sorry there. Yes, this is, you put your tape here and measure from here to here. This is where you're going to ventilate. Then any other remaining one is for cut ends, for folding. So now let's just say here, 0.5. Let's say you're going to ventilate to this place. This is where you're going to ventilate. From here to here is where you're going to ventilate, from here to here. Then this one is going to be for folding. This is 0.5. Then here will be for that leftover in the front. As it's not even so much, but it's more than an inch. It's the way I cut the net. I hope this is clear. Then here you're going to measure out. You see, if this place is 3, it's equal to 3. Then